afternoon.
Good afternoon. For the record, Brendan Miller, I appear as counsel for Freedom Corp, which represents the protesters that were in Ottawa in January and February of 2022. Good afternoon, sir, again, and thank you for appearing here today. My first question is prior to you taking on your current office or former office, what did you do in as a job prior?
I'm a lawyer as well.
You're a lawyer as well?
Yes, sir.
And I take it you didn't ever work in national security law, did you?
No, sir.
All right. And so it's fair to say you're not a national security expert and you don't have background on what constitutes a national security emergency. Is that fair?
I would say that I've never practiced national security law, but there are some things on the face of it that present themselves and I think would be obvious to everyone could be related to national security.
Right. And when it comes to national security, I take it you rely a lot on law enforcement. Is that correct, with respect to providing you information?
Correct.
Right. And in your capacity, of course, municipally, that's primarily going to be your municipal police force and the OPP?
Mostly municipal police.
Mostly municipal police, that's right. And can you agree, if you said you have some of an understanding of national security, so you're familiar with the Canadian Security Intelligence Service?
Yes, sir.
And what's your understanding of what they do?
Well, they have their own act, and certainly I'm sure it's well spelled out in the act that if you brought it up, we could go through it. But
yeah, but you agree with me that there's the Federal Intelligence Service, sort of the Canadian equivalent to the CIA. Is that fair?
Yes.
Okay. And so the intelligence they gather with respects to threats to the security of Canada, can you agree with me that they would probably have the best information?
I think they're certainly a good source. I think RCMP would also be a great source as well from a policing perspective.
Okay. Could we please bring up a document? I've sent an email about it arising from my friend's cross. ts.nSC.can.001.000000206 _rel _0001.
Jennifer King for the City of Windsor. Commissioner, we received an email, it appears, from my friend, Mr. Miller, less than 15 minutes ago with 3 documents that he is...
If I can assist, I'm only referring to the one. That's it.
In any event, we had no notice of these documents. It's contrary to the rules. We haven't had any notice that he intends to put this to Mayor Wilkens.
Okay, Mr. Miller, I don't think this is the first time.
Yes, and it only arose from cross-examination from my friend, as I made clear in my email, not from the City of Windsor, not from the Commission, but from my friend with the federal government, which made it relevant.
Okay, well, let's see what the document is, and if there's a problem, either if the witness needs time or if counsel for Windsor has an objection, we can deal with it.
Now, sir, this is a document from the Canadian Security Intelligence Service summarizing what it is they discussed with Cabinet regarding threats to national security. And if we could just scroll down to page 5, please. Okay, so I just want you to see that. So on that document there, on February 3rd, CSIS assessed there is no indicators that known IMVEs, and I take it you know what that is, actors were planning to engage in violence. And then if you scroll down to the other bullet points, it states on February 13th, CSIS advised that the implementation of the EA would likely galvanize the anti-government narrative within the convoy and further radicalize of some towards violence, referring to the increase in violent rhetoric following the declaration of the state of emergency in the province of Ontario. Furthermore, CSIS advised Thank you. Furthermore, CSIS advised that the invocation of the EA by the federal government would likely lead to the dispersing of the convoy within Ottawa, but would likely increase the number of Canadians who hold extreme anti-government views and push some towards the belief that violence is the only only solution to what they perceived as a broken system and government. Following the invocation of the EA, CSIS briefed Cabinet and reiterated the potential for the EA to increase anti-government views and violent ideologies, including in those not yet radicalized. Now, can you agree with me that you would never want to do anything that could create further radicalization of extremists within the city of Windsor? Is that fair?
I'm going to object to this question on this document.
Withdrawn.
And object to this document being put to the mayor.
Withdrawn. I'm done. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Next is